Hello everyone, today we're doing a walkthrough of the new mission Assimilation in the star system NGC 4447. When you first enter the system, you're going to encounter a Borg sphere. After you defeat him, there'll be another one further back. Be advised that after you destroy this sphere, a Borg cube will show up. There's nothing special about this cube, its stats are as normal as any other one that you would encounter in a deep space encounter. However, once he gets below about 30% health, he's going to retreat, along with a convoy of other Borg presses. You can continue to engage him if you wish, but in all odds, he's just going to get away from you. Follow this convoy, and it's going to eventually lead you to a series of nav beacons.
Warning. Low 75%. Left shields failing. Rear shields failing. Right shields failing.
Once you reach these nav beacons, you're going to watch those Borg vessels disappearing into fluidic space. You can let them go for right now, because you've got your own problems to deal with. The Undine and the Borg are duking it out, and it's your job to clean up the mess. There's 3 squadrons of each. Some of them can be kind of hard to find, because they kind of move around. Just stay pretty close to those nav beacons and you'll find them.
Target shields have failed. Left shield failed. Core shields failing. Target shields have failed. Rear shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
After you're done defeating those enemy groups, your Borg cube is going to re-emerge from fluidic space, trying into the Undine vessel. Your tactical officer at this point is going to tell you that they need to be stopped, because they're attempting to assimilate the Undine. I usually opt to destroy the cube, or at least in this case disable it, so I'm going to have you do the same. Attack the cube. However, be aware that it does have an escort of at least 3 probes and 2 spheres. You probably want to take those out if you're playing solo before you engage the cube. The cube cannot really fight back because its power is all allocated to that tractor beam. If you have a group, you can have several people attack its escorts while 1 or 2 attack the cube, because as soon as its shields are down and it's disabled, you can be in the Borg. As soon as you beam in, set any NPC bridge officers to passive mode. This will prevent any unnecessary firefights. The Borg on this vessel are bound by the first contact rule, where unless you pose a direct threat, they will not do anything to you. That said, make sure you don't shoot any of them, because it's really bad if you do. Now go forward, and immediately to the left, and you're going to find a Borg device. Go ahead and scan it, and you'll be prompted to look for the correct one to transport you to the assimilation chamber. This is randomly generated. You have to go around in the maze that you are now in to look for it. You're going to see several doors that you can interact with. There are some transporter devices behind those, but you're going to save those for last. Check every single one not behind a door in this maze, and if none of them are the correct one, pick one door. Once that door opens, it's going to beam in a group of Borg. The best way to combat them is to have an engineer drop a dome shield. Of course, if you don't have an engineer, the other thing you can do is force past the Borg into the doorway and attack the node that spawns. A node always spawns immediately next to the doorway and inside. So when you spawn the node, look immediately to the left when you get into the doorway. It's crucial to kill this node first, or the Borg will continue to beam in reinforcements. Once in the next area, note the Borg device behind you. If you're playing with a group and any of them were left behind in the maze and unable to find the correct device, you can return using your device to lead them through. Once everyone's together, or if you're playing by yourself, go ahead and advance forward. You'll immediately notice a large room with an Undine tied to the ceiling being assimilated. Your bridge officer will now tell you to scan an Undine. The first time you scan it, nothing's going to happen. After this, you're instructed to, well, back in the test server they called it Rile Borg. Since we've moved past that into more specific terms, you're going to scan the workstation to provoke the Borg to attack you. You'll need to defeat a certain amount that's random each time to get access codes to be able to fight a fully assimilated Undine. Now, when you aggro a Borg, make sure that it did not spawn a node. Usually you can pull them maybe 2 or 3 at a time directly from where they're assimilating Undine. However, accidents do happen, as you'll see in this video. It's not a big problem, just look for where the node is spawning them from and destroy it. This is where an engineer's dome shield is very useful to neutralize Borg from being able to get in close and assimilate you and your team. Any kind of area effect damage too, grenades, orbital bombardment, be very careful with that. Sometimes you can pull more than you bargained for. If you did, be ready for a good fight. Once you have destroyed enough Borg to get the access codes to face the assimilated Undine, try to destroy any lingering Borg and any nodes in the area. Because as you're fighting the Undine, you can pull a whole lot of aggro from the remaining Borg, which can sometimes almost make it impossible to destroy the Undine. This is also a good time, if you have an engineer, to once again use your dome shield. Cover in there and focus on the Undine and his guards. This is of course a perfect scenario, and as you'll again see in this video, it doesn't always quite work out that way. Alternative strategies, if this doesn't work, is just to stay on the move and take incremental shots here and there at the guards of the Undine. As long as you're doing constant damage to them, you should come out okay. Another good idea is, if you're in a group, split up. Have one group fight the Borg, and have the other group concentrate strictly on the Undine and his guards. Once he's destroyed, you will get an objective update to take out the Vinculum, which is the control node in the center of the room. Whoever does this needs to not be in aggro at the time, because if they get shot, they have to start all over again. So once again, this is a great time to split up, send one part of the group one way and another the other way to split the Borg up, while the final person runs in and uses the Vinculum. Once you've done that, you've beaten the mission.